Hey fellow expeditionists, we're at Needle Rock Natural Area.
That's right. This is on BLM land here in Colorado. We just happened to cross it while we were in the area going elsewhere, and I thought, you know what? Let's check this out. So one of the crazy things about getting out into these backwoods areas of Colorado is the towns and all are few and far between, which means your gas stations are few and far between. So we were at a quarter of a tank back there at the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. So we backtracked a little bit to the little town of Crawford to find a gas station, and the signs there literally say next gas station 80 miles. So you really got to stay on top of that gas. But regardless, also in this area is a spot called Needle Rock Natural Area, so we thought we're so close, let's go check this thing out. Needle Rock is a volcanic plug that stands 800 feet tall above the Gunnison River Valley. It originated as the throat of a large volcano about 28 million years ago. This basalt monolith remains as it erodes significantly slower than the surrounding shale and sandstone. There is no map at the trailhead, and we didn't have a signal on our phones to look up information. So we headed up the trail assuming it circled all the way around Needle Rock. That's where I messed up. Pretty warm today. It was 90 degrees when we got out of our Subaru to start the hike. But man, I'm concentrated on this big old Needles Tower behind us. But check out this view behind me. What do you think, Catfish?
Pretty cool.
Well, we've gotten to the junction where the trail around Needle Rock meets from the other side with the trail up the middle that keeps going up higher, that I only assume goes to the base of the rock somewhere up there, possibly for climbers or just the curious. I don't really feel like Catfish and I need to climb all the way up to the base of that rock and just to slide back down. So I think this is as close as we get to the top before we start heading back down around the other side. Except in our efforts to find a trail that circles around to the other side, all we found were steep drop-offs and trails that led to private property. We enjoyed the views, but got a bit scraped up trying to make sense of all the user trails. Yeah, so here's the problem with places like this not having a trail map at the trailhead. There is no trail that goes all the way around, even though at the trailhead there are two distinct paths going in each direction. But there are about 1,000 user paths on the side of this hill, and it took us a while going down before we realized that. So now we're having to go back up to find the out and back trail. Well, that is Needle Rock Natural Area here near Crawford, Colorado. And it is a lesson learned for me, because we just showed up here with zero plans, just happened to see it on the map when we were in the area, so check it out. The thing is, Needle Rock is on BLM land. BLM land is not well known for doing any kind of official trails. It's just there for you to explore. So maybe the first 1/4 of this trail that we were on looked like it had been maintained somewhat, but after that it is just user trails, and there's probably 500 side trails on the back side up there.
Lots of them.
Yeah. And since where we started up there was a split, we thought there was a whole route around it. And that's where we messed up, because there's not. There's private land on that side. I don't believe there's room to make a trail there even if they had wanted to, because I managed to get a signal on my phone while we were scrambling down the wrong side over there, and looked up the trail on all trails, and of course then discovered it was strictly an out and back trail. So then we had to scramble around trying to find our way back to the real trail, and got scratched up pretty good and all the little brush, didn't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a little bit frustrating, but lesson learned. It's still a really cool feature, don't you think, Catfish?
Yeah.
Have you got anything to add to it?
It's definitely hot out here.
Yeah, it was 90 degrees when we started, and it is really not that long of a trail. We would have been up and back in no time if we'd have just realized it was an out and back. And of course, it would have been cool to kind of crawl all the way up to the edge of the rock, but I don't think it was really necessary for us to truly enjoy the view, huh?
No.
Alright, well, we're hitting the road again, so until next time,
Peace out.